come with me to open up my small business. Right when I got there, a Pepsi technician was there because our machine is constantly backing up. I guess he said our tubes or our drains are like really thin from when they installed them. I don't know. Very annoying, but he was there to help me out. Then I got a couple of things ready and went in the back to pay some bills while I was singing Dan and Shay's Christmas album because I am physically obsessed with it and obsessed with them. Highly recommend. After filling my sanitizer bucket, I did a little dance because I was thanking myself for unstacking the chairs the night before. This saves me so much time and effort in the morning. Here are some of the house pies in the display case. I always love the mornings because the pizzas are just all so fresh and new. We've been very busy lately, so we're starting this new thing where we're putting all of the spice baskets and all of the pizza stands on the table to start the day off. It's just a lot less running back and forth. And then we just clean them when we're over at the tables and take them off the tables at night and make sure everything is nice and sanitized again. These pizza stands always get nice and tangled up, so after I worked through that puzzle, I was able to set them on the rest of the tables and then start on some more prep. I feel like it looks so cute with all the spices and stands on the table. After that, I wanted to clean this little tray and then also make some more Parmesan shakers because people are constantly using the ones on the table, so if any of them are ever empty, we need to make sure we have backups. But before I did that, I wanted to make some more silverware baskets because people were going to start getting here and those are essential. Now it was time to fill some Parmesan shakers. I like to have several backups because you never know if the morning is going to be crazy busy, and these are always useful, so getting it done as quick as I can and as many as I can was always the best option. After that, it was not quite 11 o'clock yet, but somebody did call, just had to take their order, and then we were all good to open up. Bye guys. Come with me to serve a large party. So this is a party of 12 and they actually called their order in ahead of time and wanted some things ready when they got here. So that was just an overview of their order and I set their table up before they got there so they had everything they needed. Pizza stands, plates, straws, napkins, everything they could need. They also ordered pitchers of soda, which I only do for large parties, but I got all of these cups ready with ice and set them on the table. And then I got their 3 pitchers of soda ready to go, so that when they got there, it was all on the table for them. Now it's on to the salads, and we need to take a minute for this slow motion balsamic drizzle on this caprese salad. Those are always so pretty. And then our house salads are always so beautiful too, so a moment for that. After our salads, the appetizers came up, so here's the garlic knots, the mozzarella sticks in the fryer, and then here's the mozzarella sticks all plated. And then after that, their pizzas started coming up. So here's the first pizza, a large cheese, the second pizza, another large cheese, and another large pepperoni. They also added a chicken parm sub and an eggplant parm sub. They wanted them cut in 4s, so here's those when they came out. And then the party added 2 more pizzas, but I couldn't get that on video, so here's those. They ordered some tiramisu, cannolis, and zeppelis. I didn't get it all on video, but here's that table all clean, and that's about it.
If you were to split a pizza into 4 quarters, what would it be?
I would get cheese, grandma, vodka, and Caesar. Well done. If you were splitting a pizza up into 4 quarters, what would you get?
Buffalo, vodka, vodka loop, and meat lovers.
Cole, if you were to split a pizza into 4 quarters, what would you do?
Vodka bacon, vodka loop, grandma, and then pepperoni, olive, bacon.
Okay, Katie, if you were to split your pizza up into quarters, what would you get?
Okay, I would do a quarter buffalo, a quarter grandma, quarter regular cheese, and then I do a quarter red and white, but with vodka sauce.
Dylan, if you were to split your pizza up into 4 quarters, what would you get?
Oh, I'd go Bajigaloop, Bianco, buffalo chicken, vodka, and grandma.
5? That's 5.
Oh, I'm sorry, redo it.
If you were to split your pizza up into 4 quarters, what would you get?
I would get, one of them would be the Caesar, one of them would be the grandma, one of them would be the red and white, some vodka sauce, and then the other one, botchkaloo.
If you were to split your pizza up into 4 quarters, what would you get?
Grandma, pepperoni, bacon, olive, red and white sub red sauce for vodka sauce, and regular vodka with pepperoni.
I own a small business and we closed one day last week, so here's what we did. I reorganized this fridge up front because we've been going through so much ranch. I wanted to figure out a way to get extra ranches inside here. I'm gonna make the top 2 shelves be all ranch, our other dressings below that, and then we have Shirley cups to fill the rest. We are such a small place that the space that we have is so limited. Not only front of house, but back of house too. We've kind of been struggling just because I feel like there's not enough room to keep everything that we need as stocked as we need it. So that at the end of every single day, we're having to do like a full factory reset because we're going through everything that we make instead of having like backups. I feel like that's kind of ironic because we used to have backups for days. Like we were over preppers. Now we can't prep enough. But little by little, I'm finding things that are going to make our lives a little more convenient, like those extra ranches down there and whatnot. I also refilled all of these spices, also making sure obviously they're clean and whatnot. These sugars were restocked. Very small things. We had to make a bunch of boxes, so I put my sister to work. I've had to call in all the reinforcements lately. My sister, my brother, my mom, my dad, everyone in my life is working for us right now. I also did some deep cleaning, so I moved these tables and swept under the bases, and I had my sister deep cleaning the bathroom walls. Like every inch of these walls is scrubbed. We were restocking and putting our napkins up top. I only really filmed the front of the house what we were doing, but the back of the house is really what needed the most work because like I said, we are making and prepping as much as we can. At the end of every single day, it's like a factory reset. We have to start from zero. So here they are cutting some fresh chicken that gets grilled and breaded to order. We had to make so much pasta, marinara sauce, pizza sauce, anything you could think of, we prepped. After everything was all clean and good to go, we took our employees out to an appreciation dinner at Mastro's and I ordered a round of Shirley Temples for everybody because if you know, you know. These Shirleys are like half the reason that we're here right now. I did a little toast with our Shirley Temples, thanking our employees for everything they do for us. We literally could not and would not be doing what we're doing without them. We are just so thankful. We ordered plenty of family style food for everybody. Here's one of the gigantic meatballs and vodka rigatoni. Yes, we got Italian food. Don't judge. I don't know. Ended the night with a beautiful tiramisu. Bye guys. Yes, their caller ID is calzone pepperoni, and yes, I'm hanging up on them. I know that might seem rude, but don't fret. This customer actually wants us to hang up on him. His name is Jeff, and he's actually one of our first and most loyal customers. When we first opened, one of our employees changed his caller ID to pepperoni calzone, and now when he calls, the entire staff knows just to hang up and get him started on his pepperoni calzone. That way, by the time he gets here, it's pretty much all set and ready to go. Now, no, I will not be taking any requests to do this because it's actually crazy. And when training new people, it's hard to tell them, when you see this number, hang up. So yes, this is a Jeff exclusive. Now, amici means friends in Italian, and we like to make all of our customers feel special because you all actually are our friends. I know so many people by name, and everybody is so different. And it's just cool that I feel like whenever anyone comes here, they get kind of a personalized experience because we all know a little bit about each other. But yeah, at this point, it's kind of just like a running joke and just something kind of crazy and weird that I can show you guys about Amici. Jeff does not like any sauce with his calzone, so I know to just take the knife, stab it, and bring it over to him. Thanks, guys. Come with me to work at my small business, and this morning was a little bit different than it has been lately because one of my servers woke up super late, so I had to serve the first round of tables in their section. I haven't broken out my serving book in a very long time, so it was nice to have a little change of pace. So instead of just running a bunch of food and making a bunch of Shirleys, I was also taking orders as well. Also, how adorable is this bracelet that my friend got me from New York? Thank you so much, Donna. Here's some beautiful Italian ices. I was going to see how long my sister was willing to stand there and turn them for me for the video, but we had things to do. So that's for another time. I just thought it was funny because I feel like she would have stood there for another minute just turning them for my video. There I am stocking more Shirley Temple cups, and here's a shot of the dining room. And then here's some ASMR of a pizza being cut. And then here's another Italian ice. These things are literally just beautiful and they taste just as good as they look. Here's a couple pizzas that we have the kitchen make us. We started on our closing duties for the night. I put on some gloves, grabbed some cherries, and did some Shirley cups. And while we did find a much easier and quicker method to do these, you'll see in probably one of the next two videos that we have decided to do away with the Shirley cups. For a while I thought, well, this is what I'm known for. This is kind of like a big reason that we went pretty viral. But along with a bunch of other adjustments we've had to make, the Shirley cups are just a little too time consuming, make a big mess, waste a lot of plastic. So it's time we part ways with the Shirley cups. But don't you worry, our Shirleys will be just as crispy as ever. Bye guys. Let's serve a table together. When a table sits down, I like to bring them silverware, even if they just order a pizza, because you never know if they're going to want to use it. As a server, I always saw it like, get the customer anything they could possibly need, because the less things they ask you for, the better server I feel like. So before they can ask me for extra napkins, I offer extra napkins, that kind of thing. I know it's not rocket science, but in case that helps anybody. As you can see, they ordered a couple of Shirley Temples and a lot of good looking food. After they order is when I get them set up with some plates, pizza stands, and then some side plates. And then shortly after that, their food's gonna start coming up. Here's a small Caesar salad and some mozzarella sticks. Two classics that people order all the time. After that, their pizza started to come out, so here's their margarita pizza with tomatoes, basil, and fresh mozzarella. Here's the pepperoni pizza drunk, which means it has vodka sauce instead of pizza sauce, rigatoni vodka with chicken, fettuccine alfredo with chicken, and another rigatoni vodka. These meals looked so good.
Sorry.
It's really cute now because of TikTok. There's a lot of little friend groups coming in. People my age and younger. We never used to have that kind of crowd coming in here. So it's really cool to see the whole new demographic and people coming with their friends and on date nights. I just love that people can come here and have fun over some good food. After a little bit, they're ready for some pizza boxes and some boxes for their pastas. And they did want separate checks. So here I am splitting all of those up for them. And then once I'm done splitting them, I'll print them all out. I put them each in a little separate check presenter, and then they're all good to pay. I really like these things because it's super easy to see the card when it's out, and they don't get as dirty as the little books do. These are super easy to clean. That's about it. Bye, guys. Come with me to open up my small business. The first thing I had to do when I got there was make a ton of ranches because we were running a little bit low. And this is something that you cannot run out of in the middle of the day. We go through ranch like water here because you Arizona people literally put ranch on everything. So we can never have enough ranch here. This is what I was doing before we opened while everybody else was doing all the opening duties like unstacking the chairs, taking out our benches, making sure we have enough Parmesan, putting all the shakers on the tables, all that kind of stuff. We all do our fair share of making sure that we're all prepared for the day and night. And the rest of this video is not necessarily me just opening, it's just the whole day. Whatever I can get little clips of is what you're gonna get. Here's a couple clips of some takeout orders. We got a few very, very large ones right in the early morning. And this right here is the sole reason that we are having to limit our takeout. Just those big orders alone will really set back the kitchen on getting the dine-in food out quick enough. So obviously we prioritize dine-in, but then the takeout people are waiting too long. Obviously at some point they have to get to that takeout order. Then the dine-in people are gonna be waiting a little long. It's just a big balancing act. So yeah, if you've dined in or taken out lately or just come to visit us at all, thank you so much for your patience and understanding. It means the world to us. As you see on here, things have just been so crazy lately and we're just trying to navigate it all. Big news, I did get an iPad. We've been using an app to help us host, keep track of all the names, the wait time, sends a text when the table's ready. It has actually changed our lives. Also, I'm obsessed with these mini rigatonis. I think they are just so cute. A couple more shots of the dining room. And last but not least, the 2 pieces that we had to eat at the end of the night. I own a small business that's gone pretty viral in the last couple of weeks. So here are some things that we're doing to adjust to the craziness. That clip of the dining room was at 10:55 before we even opened. And by 11:15, the place was literally packed and nowhere to sit. You know, everybody in the place is ordering Shirley Temple, which is so funny. But I wanted to explain how my role as an owner/manager has changed and the adjustments we've been having to make while we're learning how to deal with all of the volume we're experiencing. Every single day we're learning something new, and especially the first week this was happening, it just kind of felt like hectic and chaos every single day. So we've had to do a few things in order to make sure we're able to keep up with the demand that people want, while also being proud of the quality that we're putting out. So the first thing that we did was eliminating all of our online ordering systems and delivery systems. So right now, DoorDash, Grubhub, all of those are not available. We've been doing such a large volume of in-house dining, and we are such a small place that no matter how many people we hire, we just can't fit enough cooks in the kitchen or enough pizzas in our ovens to keep up with the kind of volume that people were wanting from us. So eliminating that really helped. But then yesterday, it got to the point where we were realizing that people that were eating here were waiting a little too long for their food, and we weren't really turning tables over because they weren't getting their food quick enough. So at a certain point, we did have to stop taking takeout orders as well. I know that seems crazy, but we want to be proud of the product that we're putting out, and we want everybody that eats here to have a great experience. So we would rather other customers try us a different time rather than have a bad experience and wait 2 hours and not come back. I know it might not make sense to everybody, but at the end of the day, we're the only ones that know what's best for the business. And again, we want to be proud of everything that we're putting out. And for a couple of weeks there, we were not proud of how long people were waiting for their food at their tables. And that also contributes to times that people are waiting for tables. And then we were taking so many takeout orders that it was hard to give accurate wait times for the food. So I'm just here to say we're making a lot of adjustments and learning as we go. Again, you're definitely not going to see the same kind of content from me anymore. This is all I could film today because my role as an owner/manager has really changed. I am kind of just manning the entire front counter and getting through the line that's out the door every single day. Taking all the phone calls, I'm keeping the list of people that's waiting for tables, basically hostessing, walking around and trying to check on customers and managing. That's another thing that's really helping. Without the constant takeout and delivery orders, I'm able to actually manage and check on my customers, see how everyone's liking everything, fix any issues, and really just have a more personal experience with the customers. All in all, yesterday was a lot less chaotic, and we felt very proud of ourselves at the end of the night, because when we're trying to take on too much, I honestly leave the restaurant feeling a little more defeated than I do proud. We appreciate you guys sticking with us through all these adjustments. Just know we're trying our absolute best and doing what works for us. Bye! I own a small business, and we will be closed today on Tuesday, November 19th. I want to start off by saying we would not be closing if it was not absolutely completely necessary, and we do not take for granted the people that are driving from near and far to come see us, because we know there are so many people making a very long drive to come see us. But with that being said, as you know, we're a small business, but not only that, our place is very small, and we've been struggling to keep up with the volume that we've had the last couple of weeks. No matter how early we come in and how late we stay after close, it has just not been enough time to get things prepped to where they need to be, stocked where they need to be, as clean as we want them to be. And to be honest with you, our employees are all very, very tired right now. Not only are they working way more hours than they used to, but the shifts that we are working, we are having to put in like 20 times the amount of work because of the high volume that we've been operating at. And honestly, we need to give our staff an extra day just to rest and take care of themselves, because Vinny and I can work as hard as we need to, and like, it is what it is. That's the name of the game. That's what we signed up for. But when we see our staff is tired and overworked and just like exhausted, that is just something that we cannot really justify. Like, we can't have them come in tomorrow and do it all over again, knowing how physically exhausted everybody is. And not only that, on top of everything, we've been out of several things, and we have been coming in several hours early, but we need to prep the essentials like dough and cheese, things like that. So we've been out of a few items like lasagna, eggplant, and as early as we come in, as late as we stay, it has not been enough time to get that done, because we need marinara sauce, we need pizza sauce, all of the absolute essentials. So we need this day, because honestly, if we were to open up today, we wouldn't be able to operate at the quality that we are proud of and that we want you guys to see and taste. And we want to make sure we're putting out the best food physically possible. And after me and Vinny are done prepping and cleaning for the day, we're taking our employees out for an employee appreciation dinner, because they deserve it. They need to know how important they are and how thankful we are for them. I hope you guys understand, and I hope we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye, guys.
Here at Amici, when we see a table of a lot of like younger teenage girls, we like to play the over-under game with Shirley Temples. So we just got a table of 15. It's a girls basketball team. So we're all trying to decide over or under 6 Shirley Temples. I think it's definitely gonna be over, but I'm getting some Shirley's prep. 10. The over hit. And they're all regular? 10 Shirley's coming right up. There you have it, 10 crispy Shirleys. Might love more is when younger girls come in and they're like teaching their parents and their grandparents the Amici way. And not only do the younger girls get the Shirley Temples, but the grandparents and the parents also get them. I just think it's kind of wholesome. We also have groups of like guy friends that come in and they all get Shirleys. I just think it's really wholesome. I love that we're like the Shirley Temple breeding ground. And this is for me. What do you guys have?
Come with me to prep some Shirley Temple cups. I own a small business, and this is something that we do to make our lives a little bit easier and help things flow a little bit better. The first thing I do is take the 2-ounce cups, then we take our maraschino cherries, and I'm going to put 2 to 3 in each little cup, kind of depending on how big they are. All of the jugs are always different, so sometimes they're big, sometimes they're small, but everybody loves a cherry in their Shirley Temple. I also want to say that some people on this app love that I do this, some people on this app hate that I do this, but it's important to know that every single restaurant and business is different. Our restaurant is very small. We don't have a bar area where we have like garnishments and all that kind of stuff that we use often enough to have out all the time. So making Shirley Temples was always a little bit inconvenient because the grenadine was kept somewhere, the cherries were kept somewhere else, just with the whole layout of our restaurant. So this happens to work amazingly for us. It saves us so much time. The Shirley Temples are always consistent, and it works beautifully for us, especially after posting these on TikTok. Shirley Temples sell like hotcakes over here. After filling the 2-ounce cups with some cherries and grenadine, all you have to do is grab your Sprite, bring it over to this counter, grab one of your Shirley Temple cups and pour it in. And then you have the perfect Shirley Temple. Bye, guys. Come with me to serve a table, and these people know exactly what to get. Every time they come in, I know their spread is going to be looking amazing. First of all, they started off with a bunch of sodas, 2 of them being Shirley Temple, so obviously you know these people know what they're talking about. After I got their drinks, they wanted to start off right away with a bunch of appetizers. They got some wings, mozzarella sticks, calamari, garlic knots. So after I put all of that in, I got them some silverware, some spices, napkins, side plates, everything they're gonna need for when those appetizers come out. Here are the 12 garlic knots with cheese. They also got some fried calamari, 12 wings. They also tried an antipasto salad for the first time, so here's a small one and then 12 mozzarella sticks. After that, they did put in some pizzas, so I had to grab some pizza stands and paper plates and get them all set up for when those come out. Soon enough, their pepperoni pizza came out, followed by their half meat lovers, half works. They ordered another dozen wings. I got them some boxes. They had leftovers on purpose. I know these people love leftovers. Here's their spread of dessert: 4 Italian ices, a black and white cookie, a tiramisu, and an Oreo marshmallow cheesecake. They also wanted to buy the same shirt that I was wearing, so just the lime green shirt with our box logo on the back, so it has the Ninja Turtles and all of our friends on there. Once I finished adding everything to the bill, they were all good to go, and I don't know about you, but $206 for all of that is a steal. Bye, guys.